Black Panther. Okay, I started this looking at Black Panther. This what Black Panther does, allows you to dash, create shockwaves, and you can damage enemies with it. Oh, the thing about bullet souls, their attack power is affected by Soma's strength stat. The blue souls, guardian souls I think they're labeled, are affected by your intelligence stat. I might have messed it up way back whenever I started this when I said what was what. Your MP regeneration rate is not affected by Jack Daily, you do. There are 3 transformation souls. Manticore is the strongest, then Devil, and then Curly is the weakest. Of course, Curly just happens to be the one I like the most. Why? Because I like swords, that's why. I think I already talked about why I like Curly so much anyway. Anyway, next. Aurora Oom. Now, what kind of guy wouldn't like something like that, huh? And this is flying armor. You have to get this one, so you have to know what it does. But it is kind of... I don't know how you can use it in any way other than how you have to. Giant Bat. You can use this outside of battle. There's some interesting things you can do. Like, equip the Bat Soul, and you'll release a Bat attack. You know, stuff like that. Try all kinds of combinations. The Brewer Soul whatever. Yeah. That's what it does. Revolving Flames. It's useful sometimes. The Witch Soul. Because this game does not specify what a bullet is, I can't show off too easily how it works. All I know is it works against death. Something comes into contact, it bounces away. The same thing with Giant Ghost. Giant Ghost just protects better. What am I doing? I'm trying to see if I can find a bullet, and then I'm just gonna give up on that. So we do something else. Final Guard. Behold! Perfect! You take no damage. And... he says Muda. Which, what does that mean? Useless? Whatever. Great Armor. Strength increase, 120%. As in your strength is increased to 120%. It's a 20% strength increase, pretty much. See the damage? It didn't change that greatly, but it is... I mean, it makes a difference when you're using a multi-hit weapon. Oh, without a doubt, yes. But, you know, it's not like it's that useful. With a huge cost like that, and Giant Ghost, yeah, it's like Witch, except, you know, it covers your entire being. Catoblepus, you have seen me use this plenty of times. Enemies that can be turned to stone will be turned to stone. And the palette swap version, Bone Pillar. Here it comes. Whoosh, Flames. Much more damaging, and costs twice as much. Medusa Head. If you have the kicker skeleton, you can even start to do a kick in whatever direction you want to do. That's what I was trying to do just now, but I didn't pick up the kicker skeleton soul on this file. Because I did not feel like getting the kicker skeleton soul this time. Oh well, that's alright, it's alright. Persephone. You get to summon a demonic vacuum cleaner to steal life from your enemies. It works if you don't have Allura. Death! You do exactly what Death did that ticked you off so badly. Of course the sides are acting funny now, but normally they work well. Alistair! You can summon a sword that kicks some butt. In theory it's supposed to kick some butt. But no, I felt like sitting there this time. However, it is more active than the other familiar summon you get. Behold, as Alistair slays a Gorgon. Your other summon, or familiar thing, is Imp, which is Dark Element, which means it's overall a really bad summon, in addition to being a really lazy summon. Or familiar, whatever. This guy's terrible. He doesn't want to attack at all. He just stood there awkwardly. However, of interesting note, your Imp has gold on the interior of his wings, not red. Aha! That's what sets him apart from the rest. Give him a round of applause. Next up, we have the last set. Your, the things that, jeez. These guys are weird. You press R, and they're there to stay. and they attack. Cagnazzo attacks, he just punches. Shadow Knight, when you attack, it attacks. You see, his range is kind of long, compared to yours at least. Unless using a giant weapon. Yeah, he's alright, he's not that bad. If you find a use for him, go ahead, use him. Skyfish, oh, this one's amazing. It's amazing, but very expensive to use. Look, 140s. Okay, 140, I'd attack it twice. Let us pray. Strength and let go up. And, that did like 100 more damage even. Yeah, Skyfish is... If you have the time to use it, go ahead and try. Next on the list we get... Big Golem. He will always face the direction opposite Soma, and he'll do that when you attack. And he always faces Soma's back. The next one is... the last one even. Creaking Skull. Whichever direction Soma's facing, it gets summoned in. And no matter which way you walk, it'll keep facing that way. This one's the strongest, but also the slowest. Also has the most range even, go figure. Well, that's it for all of these guys. Next up, the Yellow Souls. How soon is next up? Would you believe if I told you it's, right now? Alright, let's begin with this one. Don't make me try to pronounce it, please. You can stand underwater, like a Belmont. I'm going to emphasize that as many times as I feel like it. And then the Ninja Soul, stand on water. You ever get sick of standing on water? Well, guess what? Hold on. Wait for it. Ever get sick of standing on water? Well, there, you can submerge yourself. You don't have to stand on water. Next. Aranis. Increases experience gained. Notice the experience. Gorgon's worth 95. Do the math. Watch my experience. Yeah. That was not 95. Next, Zombie Officer. This is hard. This is a little tricky to demonstrate. But in short, you get hit when you're in the air, you push the button and you recover. You don't have to keep falling like a helpless rag doll. It's hard to demonstrate. The point is, normally when you get knocked back in the air, you're not allowed to attack or anything. Yeah, well, you can with that. Next, Iron Golem. You do not flinch. Actually, technically you can, except it's very difficult for someone to flinch. And like with Black Panther, you just run through enemies like there's no tomorrow. However, now I'm in some serious need of health because that was just stupid. And we can illustrate another soul while we're at it. The, Peeping Eye? No. I can't demonstrate Peeping Eye too well. Dead Warrior. It's a bit tricky to describe, but what happens is you can cancel your attack, your regular attack, and use your equipped soul, your up B. But it only really works with slow weapons, because fast weapons will go off before it becomes an issue. So equip a hammer or an axe type weapon. The hammer's a prime example. See, look at that. I canceled my attack. That's the full hammer swing, and that's the cancel version. That's what Dead Warrior allows you to do. You can cancel your slow attacks. See, I'm trying, but I have to go through the entire hammer swing animation first. Dead Warrior says, well, we'll cut the middleman out, you can cancel your attack early. Is it useful? If you fight with slow weapons, you will love it. Succubus, if you don't know how this works, you should probably beat yourself over the head with a rusty nail. Yeah, have fun with that. You get 5 health every time you hit an enemy with an attack. That's not a soul. Flesh Golem. This is odd. There's only 2 rotten items in the game. You consume either of them, they normally take your health away. However, with Flesh Golem equipped, they give you health. Watch as the spoiled milk sucks my soul away from me. Wow, that was terrible. Now, let's equip the Flesh Golem and try that again. Booyah! Spoiled milk is good for your health, if you're a Flesh Golem. Next is Zombie. Let's go get some poison in our bloodstream. After we kill Triton. Now, make note of the stats before, make note of the stats after. It's not a huge boost, but it's a boost. And realize, by unequipping it, you do take the penalty for being poisoned. So, it stops the negative stuff from being poison occurring. And Poison Worm takes poison away, and stops you from getting poisoned. It's like carrying around antidotes, without having to pay for them. And then the increase to your stats and such. Yeah, you know, 4, 8, 12, 16, but for luck it's only 4 and 8. Then we have Gargoyle, immunity to petrification, and then there's Ectoplasm, immunity to curses, but the only enemy that actually curses you. Oh wait, there's all of, what, 2 enemies that curse you, 2 or 3? Yeah, curse is not that big an issue in this game, it really isn't. But I can demonstrate Gargoyle. See? Medusa, why didn't you turn me to stone? Stupid head. Gorgon, get back here, breathe on me! As messed up as that sounds. Oh yeah, I'm taunting you. There you go, see? Immunity to petrification. Check that out. Next up, I can't demonstrate Tsuchinoko, you'd have to go to Hammer's shop to see that one work. It's hard to demonstrate the wooden golem, for obvious reasons, because I'd have to stand around and make you stare at my MP gauge all day or something, and even I'm not going to sit around and wait for that to happen. So, next. What was that? Giant worm. Recover 5 HP when you just stand still. Thing is, my HP was almost full, and I kinda didn't notice that for a while. I'm just, why isn't it going? And then I realized, my HP's full. Oh, there you go. And voila. That's how Giant Worm works. Can't heal up? Use Giant Worm. Basilisk. Your strength is cut clean in half, I think. Mimic, you get money when you get hit. Basilisk increases your defense by a whopping 25% too. Next, so on the list, Archdemon. You recover MP as you take damage. It's pretty equivalent though. See? Much more noticeable. It's a pretty good soul. It allows you to use your souls kind of freely. Alright, now we brings us up to where? No, not Headhunter yet. Lubicant, I suppose. Is it? Oh, come on. Yeah, Lubicant. Increases strength as you lose HP. This is the greatest stat boost you can get in the game. With Lubicant. Really, look at that. That's ridiculous. It's at its maximum when you have 1 HP. And I think you get more stats as your maximum HP goes higher and higher. However, it's very dangerous to fight like this for obvious reasons. So it is advised you don't do this unless you know what you're doing. And then it brings us to Headhunter, which gives you points in all areas except luck. Up to a maximum of 33 points in strength, intelligence, and constitution. Making it, you know, it doesn't give the highest boost. Of course, Lubicant can beat it, but it's better than nothing. In the next video, I show off enemies. Aren't you going to be happy to see that? Including all the drops.